Hello! So yet again we have another eBay box here. Some people might be wondering how am I ordering all these boxes, and the truth is that I wanted to do a series of unboxing stuff. And oh boy, that's a lot louder than I thought, so we're going to turn that off. There we go. Much nicer. Okay, so again, you might be wondering why I have all these boxes. I was going to do like a series of unboxing videos, but like frankly, I mean, this is not the greatest content, so I'm just gonna, use these live. Just in case you're wondering why I have so many boxes on a regular schedule here, it's just because I was saving them up for like a video series, but there's no point in doing it because this isn't the greatest content, so I'm gonna focus on other stuff. But I figured this might be interesting because this was listed as a huge lot of metal miniatures on eBay. I'm not exactly sure what's in here, so but one thing that kind of gives me pause is that this was a bit rattly when I picked it up, which is not a good sign when you're talking about pewter miniatures. And one side was like open, and I can see some sort of butter container in there. So that's not that really doesn't make this great. So let's open this up and see what we got. One strip of tape closing this. Nope, actually there's more than one. That's a good sign. So that's good. But not like a ton of tape. So I'm not sure how beat up or not beat up this is going to be. Okay, so that's good. Looks like there's multiple. Okay. That's good. So first off, we have a bunch of miniatures that are still in the box here. Let's take a look at some of the Reaper stuff first. We have a lovely Reaper elf. That is pretty interesting. We have a druid. Looks like with double scimitars, which is nice. We have one of the older ones. Some older sculpt here, that's nice. We have a bunch of Reaper Warlord stuff as well as a bunch of Dark Heaven stuff. The Black Prince, nice miniature there. We have a Britta War Maiden, which is very cool. And we have a Paladin Initiate, which is a nice little sculpt. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. And then we have a couple Warlord things. Looks like we have a Warrior with metal wings from Reaper Warlords. That's a pretty cool mini. And we have the Dwarf. Now this is one of the original ones that they actually released in Reaper Bones material. Oh, you didn't miss much at all. This is basically me going through one of my mystery eBay lots that I bid on. And I managed to get a good one here, I think. Because there's some nice new stuff here. And then one more, Legends. This is another one that was made in the Bones material. But yeah. Pretty nice. Okay, so we got a pretty good selection of Reaper stuff there. That's nice. And then, ooh, okay, now this one definitely I did not see. This is a Dark Sun miniature. So obviously this container has been through the multiple owners, I assume. But yeah, it's a Raw Partha Tembo miniature. That is a pretty cool miniature. Some sort of weird dog thing. Mutated and stuff. He has horns next to his tail. That's pretty cool. So we have a Dark Sun miniature. And then we also have some of these, which I did notice in the miniature picks. We have some Chronopia. This is a one of the, back when Warcraft was a little bit bigger. Yeah, I probably will post this later on. Depending on if there's anything interesting in here besides stuff. This is pretty cool. So this is a this is one of those many kind of war games on the same level as you know, Warhammer Fantasy. Big chunky guys. I love the dwarves from this. So it'd be cool if I got some dwarves, but these guys are really cool. I have never seen these before. These are the marksmen, so they have big, huge. It looks like they're just longbows, but they're all spiked and stuff, which is nice. So that's pretty cool. And then we have an elf axeman. But this is a big chunky elf in big thick armor, which is pretty cool. Much nicer than you know, what you would generally see from elf miniatures. So I'm happy about that. And then looks like, wow, look at this. I would have to double check, and I will answer that question in the comments. I believe this was just D&D miniatures. I'll tell you one thing, it did not have Chronopia in the title, and it didn't have Reaper in the title. It just had D&D metal miniatures. And it had a very bad picture for the main picture, which is why I was able to get this for a decent price. Because as far as I know, the Chronopia stuff goes for pretty big money. So let's see. And yeah, that looks like a full set. So yeah, this is really nice. I have a couple Chronopia guys. Actually, let me show you one of my painted dwarves. Because I do have like 3 of these Chronopia miniatures. And I did paint one of the dwarves. Yeah. So this is actually one of my dwarves from this set. This is Barlson. So, yeah, I really like this miniature. Super nice. Obviously, the dwarves are like ridiculously chunky in this set. So, I like that a lot. So, I'm going to have a lot of fun painting those other guys up. I'm super happy to get more of these guys. So this is very nice. I have a complete set of Devout Swordsmen, which is excellent. How long did it take Barl? I think that was relatively quick. I want to say Barlson took about like maybe an hour to paint him. Alright, so this is pretty good so far. So, look at what we got here, guys. They were nice enough to include a snack in this eBay lot, so I won't get hungry when I'm opening up all these great miniatures. Let's just see what kind of delicious cottage cheese we have here. Ooh, we got some. Ooh, okay. So we do have a mix here. Oh, there's some. This looks like some Partha. Yeah, this is Partha, guys. So the same 25mm. Whoa, that's a weird selection. This is Warhammer? Yeah, this is straight up Games Workshop. So, this is out of my level, but this is Warhammer 40K stuff, because obviously that laser pistol is not from the Warhammer Fantasy realm. Yeah, we have some of these guys here. So, I believe these are the Dark Eldar, I believe, or maybe they're Eldar. I don't know. I don't know that much about Warhammer 40K. Now, as a rule, I don't collect sci-fi stuff, because I have to keep my thing in track somehow. Wow, this is interesting. This is a Partha miniature, but this looks kind of like just an NPC almost. It's a nice little nobleman. That's pretty cool. And we have... I don't know what this... A ward... Oh, it's a war dancer. And this is another Games Workshop elf. That's pretty cool. I dig the mohawk. Very, very cool. So we have some bits and pieces, I'm assuming, from some other miniatures that are going to be in here, which is nice. Some sci-fi stuff. I recognize this. This is a any chainmail stuff I'm going to recognize. This is from a chainmail elf ranger. So hopefully the other half of the chainmail elf ranger will be in here. Oh, we got a looks like an old bugbear or orc. I believe this might be an orc. This is another Partha. Pretty cool. Obviously meant to have a weapon glued in there. I think another Games Workshop. Why, yes, indeed. Or no, I don't know. I have no idea. Bugbear? Yeah, good call. This guy, I don't know who this is. It says Marauder. I want to say this is Games Workshop, but I can't tell. Yeah, Burger King Troll still awaiting his coat of matte sealer there. Another Partha. Very nice. This is an official TSR from 1990. So yeah. Yeah, I was looking through the old Dragon magazine. It's amazing like how much metal miniatures. Oh wow, okay, well this is definitely not fantasy. This is 100% 40K. Wow, this is super cool. Games Workshop 98. Nike, I have no idea. Some demonic sounding name. I'm sure if I was interested in 40K stuff or collected it, I would know what this is. Looks like some sort of high-tech chaos necromancer guy. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, one of these 20mm guys. Yeah, little scholar guy. This is definitely Real Partha. I believe this is 20mm. It might be 15. Oh, there we go. Now this guy is one of the ones that could either be a chainmail goblin, or he would have been in one of the blister sets for. I forget what the other thing is, but yeah, I know this sculpt was definitely in some of the old sets that were. It's definitely not Real Partha. I forget what. And then we have. I have no idea. This guy looks really cool. Copyright TG 99. So a miniature of a newer make. Dang, he looks super cool. I can't quite see the details of his mouth, whether he is supposed to be. That's pretty good, nice though. TG. Does anybody know what that is? This guy's cool looking. I like him a lot. So you always get a nice mix. And there we have the Elf Ranger Chainmail. Very nice. Super pleased. As you can see, it's missing that arm that I found earlier. This is the Chainmail Elf Ranger with dual axes. A very, very cool miniature. I'll definitely get my painting skills to paint that lovely fur cloak they have. Very nice miniature. Love the armor. That's going to be cool. And there's an extra axe, which might go to a number of those. There's an extra little sword. And we're almost to the bottom of this. See, this is much more stuff than I thought. Okay, so we have a Chaos Champion here. Obviously in parts. Look at that detail. This is definitely Games Workshop 2002. So yeah. That's pretty cool. God, I love the details on these old Game Workshop's metal stuff. I don't have many of these, so this is really cool. It's got the necklace there. Very nice. Ooh, what do we got here? I believe this is a Reaper miniature. I thought this was something different, but this is pretty dang cool. Some sort of lizardman. This could easily be like a serpent folk. Not a serpent folk, but lizardman champion or a troglodyte champion. It's Reaper miniatures. This is pretty cool. I like that. That's definitely awesome. That'll be fun to paint. And what else do we have? Well, this is stamped something. I have no idea. Perhaps Reaper? Heavily armored warrior. A lot of good detail. I would hesitate and say this might be Reaper. I don't know. It's got the oblong base here. That's very nice. And then we have... Oh, yeah! Okay, well, this is definitely... I don't know if this is chainmail, but this is definitely an official D&D miniature right here. This is, I believe, was in the... Ah, shoot. See, I always forget the official name for the series of miniatures that happened around the same time as chainmail. So I always get confused if these guys are chainmail. Well, no, I know which ones are chainmail, but I never remember the name of the release of these guys here. But that's obviously a welcome addition. We also have another Warhammer Fantasy Elf. Very cool. It'd be really neat to paint these up if I ever do another Warhammer Fantasy 2nd edition game. I've got another Gobbo. Again, might be a Reaper. Not a Reaper. That's definitely an official D&D Gobbo. Might be chainmail. Might be something else. Whoa! Okay, cool. Well, this definitely is a a Chaos Champion shield. It's got the Chaos symbol prominent right there. Wow, we have another Chaos. Oh, well, this is actually as a named miniature. This is Crom. Crom. That's interesting. So, obviously, from his dress, I'm assuming Chaos. Crom. I actually have never heard of this before. Crom. And then... And there we got... This is some sort of official D&D. I don't think this is... I want to say bugbear of some sort. Those huge ears. And beefy build. Some sort of bugbear. Definitely Wizards of the Coast because I cheated and looked in the bottom. It says Wizards of the Coast. 1999. Very cool. I'm going to keep him separate. And... Oh, yep, there we go. This squat guy. Yet another official D&D dwarf. I don't know the series, but it's the same series that a bunch of those heroes came in. Wow, this is actually really good. I didn't know what to think when I was opening up this little, thing. A Reaper miniature. But it's a lovely, lovely guy here. I had a lot of fun playing a Rock Gnome Barbarian. The survivability for that character was pretty good. But I would like to try out a Kobold. Just for funsies. And we have... an invisible man. Or some sort of... I don't know what you would call this. This definitely looks like Reaper because of the broccoli base. That's pretty cool. So I paid the kingly price. Kingly price of $80 for this. And that's like extravagant for me. I think this is the most I've paid for a box of miniatures for a long time. But frankly, so far, I think it's obviously been a steal, given the amount of official D&D stuff that I found. Which is another one. I believe this is another Wizards of the Coast official miniature. It's nice that these are pre-primed and they did a good job because it's not, obviously not cheap primer because none of it's flaking off or anything. I should have worn gloves. Damn me. Why didn't I wear gloves? Ooh, Wizards of the Coast. Again, bugbear or orc. I'm not sure. Very nice. And then we got some other guys here. Wow, look at this guy. Never seen a miniature like this before. HHG 97. HHG. Not Heartbreaker. Harlequin? No. If anybody knows what HHG is, please let me know in the comments there. And we have a couple little miniatures here, including what looks to be... I have no idea. An old Partha miniature here. Very nice. Alright, so far, I think that might have actually made my money right there, because that was a lot of miniatures in this little box here. And there's a little bit to go here. Okay. So, Reaper Miniatures, well known for their boxed sets. This is the Court of the Abyss box set. And this was one of the things that I clearly saw. It looked like it was complete in box. So, gosh, now that I look at this, I'm actually glad I got this, because clearly with the new Blood War stuff in the Mordenkainen's Tomes of Foes, going to be some interesting stuff. And wow, look at this. Yep. This is definitely complete. We have all the miniatures and clearly all the wings and stuff. Wow, this is really nice. I don't think this guy's been redone in bones. In fact, I'm pretty dang sure he has not. That is pretty cool. That is really cool. I really like the staff here. This is very nice. That is pretty cool. Alright, I'm not going to mess too much with this one because it's all put in here very nicely. Wow, look at the old promotional work for the golf. This is just a promotion that was in the pack, but yeah, $75 new back in the day when this is metal, and I believe this is the one that's included within the base package. So definitely selling them in PVC material is much cheaper than the old metal stuff. Alright, so now we have a couple individual little things. Gosh. Let's just go for a random one. Now, he did a much better job of packing these than I originally thought. Whoa, okay. So, this is kind of a fun little miniature. Obviously, he painted this one. It's got the knife on the back. That's pretty cool. I like that. These are obviously going to be the older... Well, actually, I keep on calling the Partha ones older, but they kept on doing the different scales. So... Ooh, we have a somewhat evil-looking angelic Partha miniature here. And I haven't played many video games at all recently. I was playing the Prey video game, and I was playing the Evil Within 2. And then, obviously, I was playing some of the Don't Starve stuff. But, yeah, no, this is one of the first official TSR D&D miniatures, which is kind of cool. And I think these are all going to be official. Well, no, here's something different. As a Reaper miniature. And yeah, Reaper miniature I've never seen. Obviously metal. Interesting paint job here. Obviously made the sword a little bit bluish. Maybe he's going for a magical type set here. This looks a little shiny, so I don't know if this was the sort of paint that was used, or perhaps they used some sort of varnish. Another TSR Partha. Very cool. And it's just straight up Partha. Some sort of anti-paladin, perhaps. Very cool. If I want to repaint any of these, I'll have to see. Now, so far, I'll tell you what, when it comes to getting a bunch of miniatures like this that are already painted and you might want to repaint them, I've actually found out that the best stuff to use so far is LA Awesome from the dollar store. And I've actually found it in both Dollar Tree and the Family Dollar store. And LA Awesome strips metals really, really well. It's much better than the current the current stuff of green stuff, not green stuff. Whatever the green cleaning solution used to be. Though I like the old school paint jobs on these. That's pretty cool. Simple paint jobs, and whatever paint they used is not easily flaked off here. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of gaming history here. Go on, let's see. Okay, let's some of these then. Okay, we got some. Ooh, very interesting. Another Reaper medal. Very nice elf miniature. Ooh. Maybe a Chronopia miniature? It's got the little gear there. It's a pretty cool miniature. Can't see the face, it's obscured on purpose with bandages and whatnot. Pretty awesome. And we got another Partha. Female fighter. Reaper miniature dwarf. This is a sculpt I have not seen. Very angry dwarf with a hammer of some sort. Very interesting. I would almost, maybe do some touch-ups on this guy and hit him with some dull coat anti-shine and just add him to my collection as is. Because I like this, other than the extra shininess, that's a pretty cool miniature. And we have another Partha. Okay, this is definitely a Chronopia guy, or however you pronounce that. Chronopia. Nice. Even the bowmen have full plate armor in Chronopia. That's a pretty cool miniature. Just put a little flocking down on the base. Again, I might hit this guy with some anti-shine and just add him into my collection as is. So it's one of these nice miniatures. If you don't really want to repaint it, then you just maybe consider giving it away to one of your players if they see a miniature that they like, and then you could just say, yeah, sure, that's fine. Because it's sometimes hard to part with a miniature that you've spent a lot of time like painting and stuff. But if you get a lot like this with some pre-painted stuff, yeah, I don't really mind so much. What is this, pray tell? Okay, so this guy had his own own little bit of multi-packaging. So it's a TSR official. As far as I can tell, this is just a regular. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't. Again, with these TSR ones from this set, I don't know if these guys are bugbears or if these guys are gnolls. It could be both. Very cool miniature. He's got a little spear supposed to go in his hand here. I'm not sure why this guy was packaged separately from everybody else. Let's see here. So feel free to ask some questions here. I'm winding my way down from this set. Oh, that's cool. We got some skeleton miniatures. Skeleton miniatures of a type that I've never seen before. That is a pretty cool skeleton. And I've never seen this sculpt before in my life. Apparently it's a Reaper. Maybe this is a Warlord skeleton? Just a cracked open skeleton, huge extended things. We got one that's painted. And we got another one painted. And we have another one unpainted. You know what? You are absolutely correct. That is that. Good call. You can see more clearly here that the chat is correct. And I am an idiot because I cannot read, apparently. So we have looks like we have a bunch of these that were probably from that Shambling Death box, I'm assuming. These are very nice. I like the little short bows that the skeletons have. I enjoy skeletons when they have little fringes attached to their skulls. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Very cool miniature. Down here, take a look, see what else we got in the box. Another Chronopia archer guy. Really cool. I'm going to attach him to the base and I will add him to my game for sure. at this. I was gifted a professional miniature painting base. Which obviously with another Chronopia guy, with this guy with a great sword. Already partially painted. This is a ton of miniatures. I definitely think I got my money's worth with this. Definitely when I bought this, I knew the Chronopia stuff. There was some stuff in there, but I didn't know there was this much. Wow. Another TSR Rel Partha. Very nice. Woo! Look at that. Another Chronopia guy. Very cool. Look at that crossbow. That is amazing. That is pretty cool. So I believe another Reaper miniature. Another, pretty well painted dwarf. Oh, I'm going to be winding down in a couple minutes. There's not much left here. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. What do you think? Smaller scale. Might be Rel Partha. I can't quite decipher the little things there. Alright, so we're on to the final little bits here. Woo! I have no idea. Chronopia, maybe? That is a pretty cool miniature. I would guess Chronopia because of the shoulder pauldrons, I would assume. That's pretty cool. Definitely would consider touching this one up. Getting a slightly less shiny paint job on that one. Whoa, okay. This is some old school trollage. Look at this. This is a smaller scale, old school Rel Partha troll. This troll is just swinging his arms, and he is going to go out on the town. That is a troll that's going to do some adventure killing business. Pretty small, 28mm heroic, obviously. Let's show the quick difference. So here we have the little troll, and then we have the 28mm heroic scale troll. This is the troll from the D&D board game, I believe the Dritz one that I painted up. And then we have the little troll here. So this guy could be like I don't know, perhaps an older troll who is shrunk a little bit with age. Still, it's nice. It's cool to see the old school troll in this lot, which has been mostly NPCs and PCs and whatnot. Let's see here. Advanced D&D troll. That's pretty cool. Ooh, another Chronopia guy. Chronopia. You can tell it's Chronopia because he obviously has a human growth hormone issue, and his shoulder pauldrons are gigantic, and his weapon is about a couple sizes too big. Chronopia took a look at Warhammer Fantasy and it's like, oh, you think your armor is ridiculous? Well, just check out what we're gonna do. Oh, and here we go, another guy. These are really cool looking. I mean, each one of these guys could be like an evil priest of like Bane or something. It's super cool. Look at that giant thing. It's a nice miniature. Obviously, these are wargaming miniatures, so you get like, you know, squads of the same sort of guy, but another official TSR miniature. Now, I wonder if these guys are supposed to be like the male and female equivalent of something. They both have a hammer and a stave. I don't know. Was there some sort of class that I forgot? That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright. Chronopia! Look at the shoulders. I think it's just a contest who can actually arrive at the battlefield having not died of exhaustion underneath all this armor. He's got his two, probably that's the Chronopia's equivalent of daggers on his back. And he's got his one-handed sword, which would be a two-handed sword in any other game. And you know what? It is getting late, folks. So I'm actually going to save the rest of this little bit for tomorrow night. I'll try to start streaming a little bit earlier. But yeah, no. Already, lest we forget the lovely the lovely and delicious cottage cheese container filled with miniatures here. We already got our money's worth out of this one, I believe. So again, I've been selling off a lot of my video game collection, and I bought a lot of stuff for unboxings. This was an $80 mystery box. Frankly, obviously, I think I got my definite value out of this. This was an amazingly good value. I'm definitely going to be sharing this with my friends and whatnot. And I'm definitely going to be repainting up a bunch of these other stuff. Yeah, this was definitely a huge score. Like, this is really nice. I'm pretty sure this is complete as well. I know the big guy is complete, so very nice stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing special about what I look up in terms to, like, you know, when I use eBay terms, like, you know, D&D miniatures, and I just waste a lot of time searching by, you know, ending soonest and seeing what lots might not have good pictures and might not have good descriptions. And I think I just really lucked out on this one. This is a very, very good lot of miniatures. Yes, yes. Now, I'm actually going to attempt a personal record of speed painting. Now, if you caught my miniature painting stream before, which, again, I don't know how YouTube works in terms of videos. I don't really want them going public, so sometimes I put up, like, the private link. I'll probably put up this one as a public link because this is done on my phone, and my phone automatically puts them out as public links. But the last painting stream that I did, I painted cool miniatures or not from the Zombicide Black Plague, and I also painted a bunch of Reaper ones, and I also painted some from the Rising Sun miniature game. And I ended up painting, what was it, seven miniatures in... I ended up painting 7 miniatures in 2 hours. So, next time, I'm going to try to break that speed painting personal record, and I'm going to try to attempt to paint 10 10 nicely detailed miniatures. I'm going to try to speed paint them. 10 miniatures within 2 hours. And I will see if I can do that. And I have some of my possible selections here on the shelf, which I can't zoom in because I don't know how to zoom in. Okay, well, yep, so you're going to be looking forward to that probably sometime this weekend. I will actually try to put up I have not been able to actually like sit down and say, oh hey, I'm going to be doing this at this time. I'm going to try to start doing that. A lot of people have said, hey, you know, maybe we should go, hey, how to D&D, how's it going? A lot of people say I should try streaming on Twitch, but I don't know. I have a Twitch account. You know, yes, it is called life. It's called being a person who, um, oh, I forget what the. I'm not an hourly person. So with my job, I don't have I don't have a 40-hour a week job. I have a job that's I have to work however many hours I have to work, which is it's not bad. You know, I work in the public service nonprofit stuff. So I definitely love my job, and I'm happy to do it. It's just sometimes it takes up a lot more time. So that means my schedule I can't really figure out when I'm actually going to do the live streams. But I have nothing going on both Saturday and Sunday evenings. So hopefully one of these days, this weekend, I'm going to do an announcement in advance and let everybody know, hey, I'm going to be streaming live at this time. You can check it out then. And I'm going to try to beat my record of speed painting. 10 miniatures, mostly cool miniatures or not miniatures, where I'm going to try to paint 10 miniatures at a decent thing and try to do it in under 2 hours. And obviously I'm going to be cheating and pre-priming them before that. So everyone can sort of look forward to that. And man, I'm also going to do another quick live stream tomorrow night a little bit earlier, going through the rest of this little box here that I got for $80. Holy crap, this thing was an amazing find. It's going to be great. So we'll be doing that as well. And hopefully some other videos are going to be coming down the pipe as well. So thank you again for watching this little live stream here. I don't know if these are annoying or not. I think most people are cool with watching these, but obviously I do not want to waste people's times or waste people's bandwidth and everything like that. So thank you for watching. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. And I let you know what's coming up in the future. Man, look at all these old school miniatures. And the big Chronopia shoulders. Craziness. Alright, you guys, have a nice evening. I have to go. If it'll let me stop.